Yeah. Workers of the world, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, Big Popper Peter. Hello, Josie Russell. Hello, Wen in Lenin. Hello, Fluff Weasel. Hello, the Burnzoid. Hello, Fancy Mr. Chicken. Hello, Captain Preston Frost. Hello, Darly Sam. Hello, Catbox Man. Hello, Jim Reception. Hello, Lucy Lefty. Hello, B&M Bandit. Hello, Dragon Garland. Hello, Scotland. Hello, Cardboard Children. I hope you are all well. I hope you are feeling nice. I personally am on the top of my game. The question I want to ask you all, I don't know if you know, but a moderator on the channel, King of Time, has been saying, due to it being February, the era of Groundhog Day, that they would enjoy living inside a Groundhog Day style situation. And I don't see myself, honestly, as a particularly argumentative sort, but like, I really have strong doubts that anyone could enjoy living inside a Groundhog Day. I've spoken to them about it, but I personally, I don't see it at all. Aren't we all on some level like addicted to causation? Don't we love flicking the dominoes? If we plant a seed, do we not want to see that grow? What do you think you could survive inside a Groundhog Day scenario? Depends on whether you have to go to work or not. I guess it depends on what day it comes, but even I suppose if they work you pretty hard and you're tired on your Saturdays, would you still be tired if that was your groundhog? Depends on what happened on the day. Well, isn't that, the weather, I suppose, yeah. It is a bit of a KOT, but in fact, it's so much of a KOT opinion, it is quite literally KOT's. A Groundhog Sunday would be nice, but then you need to consider your travel options, because surely once you're living millennia and millennia inside the same day, you're like, well, I've seen everything there is to see in like the 5-mile radius of where I live. Let's see how far we can go. And you go, oh, flip, it's a Sunday. The buses aren't running, the trains aren't going. How far do you think you could get on a Groundhog Day? I could learn to fly if I lived infinite Sundays. What you mean by flapping? Or like Hitchhiker's Guide style, just decide to not fall down. You don't need to get back anyway? Yeah, but you can't get to Australia in one day, right? So if you were Groundhog Day, you'd be like, that's it. There's no Australia for me. That's out. Hello, Mono. Thank you very much for the resubscription. If I got Groundhog Day and a work day, I wouldn't exist for long. Well, that's first time I met KOT. I was at a Groundhog Day musical and I bought him vanilla ice cream. Do you know that's such a KOT thing to receive and want and enjoy? But Becca Bix, if you got Groundhog Day and a work day, you would exist for long because there's no way out. There's no way out of anything. You would just you just hop out at the beginning of the same day that you don't like. But the thing is, if you got Groundhog Day and a work day, just don't do it. Like, what's the issue? Just don't do the work. Does it loop when I sleep? Yeah. Like, imagine someone who got Groundhog Day during a coma. They'd never know. Well, unless then they woke up. But they couldn't wake up, would they? They'd just go back into a coma. Yeah. You could pull a sickie. Yeah. I mean, there's no, literally don't even message them. You don't have to do anything. There's no consequences to not doing it. Now, I think the actual gains from the Groundhog Day are very minor. I don't think you get a lot from it. Can you Groundhog Day in space? I don't see why. Are you saying that the idea of a concept of a day is less attenuated? Like, because you're not on Earth, is a Groundhog Day going to be different if you had it on Jupiter? I argue no. Actually, I argue it doesn't matter. Because we're attaining memories, it implies you could heal from a coma and Groundhog. I don't know. If you went to a Groundhog Day with a broken leg, are you saying like that would heal over time? Because he doesn't age. That would imply that you age. You don't age. 100% you don't age because he lives like a millennia or so. But I think the benefits are very, very minor. I just, unless you're like so skills pilled, I do think it's not good to be so skills pilled that you value the acquisition of skills and experiences over the culmination and cultivation of relationships. You can't build any relationships up in in a Groundhog Day scenario. Like it's, and you might say, oh, you can in like a one-way sense, you know, because you can get to know everything about Bertrand from down the way, but Bertrand doesn't know you, you know. It's why I don't really like talking to drunk people. I don't know if this is like a toxic behavior of mine, but like if someone's really drunk, I just can't be bothered having a conversation with them because I think they're not going to remember everything I'm saying, all the effort I'm putting in. That's no, it's like I'm putting it in a well or something. It's like I'm digging it under the earth and then forgetting it even exists. I just don't see, I don't see the benefit of talking to someone who's not going to remember it, you know? The whole dynamic of the sober guy and the drunk guy talking, it's like they don't even have a continuity of self, really. Do you know what, Lucy? I see. I know this is like maybe big autism talking, but I see conversations as we're sharing information. Also, I see it as an accountability problem, right? If the drunk person like says horrible stuff to me, I kind of can't come back to them with it because they're like, well, I don't have I don't even remember that happening. Like, they're like, I don't remember, like, that isn't me. I don't have a continuity of self with that guy. But if I'm like, get angry with them in return, I'm on the hook for everything I've done, you know? Like, I wouldn't be able to have it. You can't get to know anyone. You can't learn who anyone is. And you can't build up any relationships, you know? Maybe that's just me. I crave novelty. I know it wouldn't bother a lot of you guys. I know, you know, with all due respect, I think it's nice to have a really neurodivergent audience, and a lot of you guys, you'd be happy like pitching up every night watching Dune 2 and having 3 potato waffles. And that, you know, that's an absolutely fine way to live, but it couldn't be me. You know, I need new things all the time. I could find loads of novelty. Well, I think Dune 2 is actually a very rich text. I think there's actually quite a lot in there. I think it's pretty good. I've been trying to get Jam to watch Dune 2, and no amount of potato waffles is actually going to push that through the finish line. I've been trying so hard. She's been saying Dune's not a winter movie. So I guess we're going to wait for like the apex of the summer heat wave. Oh, the film. Yeah. We're not going to watch a book. I wish I was that refined. We could sit down to watch a book over dinner. So it's just going to be kind of a normal docket tonight. Just a few dulls and then we'll play a game and maybe watch a bit of something later. You've paused a winter film to watch it. Well, honestly, I put my back into this stream. There's a lot of effort's gone. I like it always. A lot of effort's gone into this stream, but you know, I sort of think I've been thinking a lot about streaming. I think, you know, good at streaming and bad at streaming, it doesn't really matter. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to the outcomes that you get. You know, as long as you hit the baseline with streaming, as long as you can keep a conversation going and you've got a webcam, like, it doesn't really matter. There's no such thing as like a great streamer or like a terrible streamer. None of this really matters, you know? Like, what I'm saying is that I could blind show you any stream on this platform that's like over 5 viewers, and you wouldn't be able to predict if it has 10 viewers or 200 viewers or 1,000 viewers. In that way, it's a really, really freeing medium. I think it's an incredibly open medium. It's nice and it's like kind of an ambient format that way. Am I able to play the piano? I can play the piano. I am actually an okay pianist. This is like an old school Sean stream. What do you mean? I've never changed. I've never changed. I put my back into every possible stream that I do. Sean's making me feel a lot better about my stream. I think your streams are great, Brenny. But that's what I go, like, on paper, your streams, you'd think if this was a skill-based medium, your streams would be in some way demonstrably worse than any others. But they're not. I just rock up and enjoy them just like any other. There's no, that's what I kind of like. It's like, it's the good and the bad thing about streaming. You know, nothing really matters. You know, if you're an actor, you could do a monologue that would make people go, wow. Or if you're like a musician, you could do something people go, wow. If you're an athlete, you can do something with your body and you could flip and people go, wow. But if you're a streamer, You just sit down and say, listen, this will be a low burn, but eventually you'll figure out what's going on. And a real affable energy, the chat goes wild. But no one ever really goes wow here, unless, some people have been saying that I say phobias aren't real, but that's the only kind of interest people seem to find here. And I want to clarify as well, I never actually said that. I genuinely think I've been misquoted on that front. What I was saying the whole time, would you like us to say wow more? No, I don't want people to be performative with it. No, I know you didn't bring it up. I'm having to do way more work here. I'm having to push thank you for wow. But I just want to clarify, I never said that phobias are right. What I said was the far more defensible and actually very uncontroversial that phobias are socially communicated. That people see a phobia and then they can gain the phobia. It's like it's mimetic. It's like a contagion. That's very deep, Lucy Lefty. That's really good. That is honestly a meme for 2026. Thanks, Burnsoid, for the people, for the aphantasics in the chat. Mom in the chat if wow, and wow in the chat if mom. See, I think probably in like the state of nature, there weren't that many phobias. There's no way you're telling me that cave people were scared of the same stuff that we are. Like it's built into our DNA. You're not telling me a troglodyte's like scared of Slender Man. I think these things come in trends and they come in waves, Yeah, fire and wolves, absolutely. Poison. There's a reason we don't eat poo, because like our body knows, like our reptile brain knows that certain things are bad. We don't like sharp teeth or whatever. We don't like being eaten, I guess, or kind of we're scared of that. Yeah, we are, but what I'm saying is they were never scared of Slender Man. They were never scared of a xenomorph. They were never scared of looking at their overdraft. These things are socially created. They're social phenomena, Some of us don't eat poo, yeah? You got some poo out of your other hand, you could try and... What I'm saying is if Taylor Swift came out and said, I've got a confession to make. I'm actually scared of brooms. I'm telling you now, fear of brooms would go through the roof. People would become afraid of... people would genuinely become afraid of brooms. And then even if she said, actually, I'm joking, I was never scared of brooms, the fear of brooms in the population would reduce, but it would never go back to how it was originally, Some people would be like, well, I'm just scared of brooms now. That's just part of me. That's part of who I am. My cat's scared of the cutlery drawer. Yeah. Well, you can invent your own phobia, I guess. You can make your own phobia, I think. But it's not that I didn't say they weren't real. Like, what does it mean to be real? Obviously, phobias are real. They're a mental event. People are having them. They're everything's a social construct. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not a social construct. Everything is a social well, not everything. A stone isn't a social construct. Venom isn't a social construct. Fall damage isn't a social construct. I mean, in video games it is, but the actual damage you can receive from falling in real life, you're telling me that exists outside of society? No, a mink could fall off a cliff prehistory and it would die. Fall damage is not a social construct. Fall damage is truly real. It's truly, truly real. But also, social construct doesn't mean something's not real. Social constructs are real. Have you ever been in debt? That's a social construct, and that could destroy your entire life. Have you ever felt anxiety? That's a social construct. It can absolutely do your head in. Have you ever had to go on a pilgrimage? That's a social construct, and that bloody takes ages. And sometimes at the end, nothing even you don't even receive a divine revelation at the end. It's just a lot of walking. Mental events are things happening in anxiety is a social construct. Anxiety is if fall damage is a social construct, then anxiety is a social construct. You ever been on a pilgrimage? Yes. I went to see one of the stones that St. Patrick touched. St. Patrick cleaved his fingers into a stone, and now it's got a very interesting indentation. But anything that can happen in your brain is real. You know, dreams are real. I think dreams exist. I had a dream last night that Jambud got hit with a bow and arrow from the Emperor of China and slid down a mountain like a toboggan. Was that real? I mean, I hope not, but I experienced it, you know. I've had dreams when I was younger of just entire lives. Of entire lives I've lived. Of falling in love, falling out of love, having children, growing up, growing old. And then you wake up, poof, it's all gone. None of it was real. None of it even happens. You know? Just reset like a Groundhog Day. All those people gone. And they're worse than gone. They're worse than dead, actually, because they weren't even real. It's better to be real and then die than to not even be real. You dream about another life too if you were like this? What do you mean? Like what? Like you or like me? Under what circumstances would I dream of a different life? I am like me and I only dream of my own real life. What about you? Can you say the same? Jambud's fine. It was dreams aren't real, are they? I'm just saying that a lot of the things we take for granted, they're all social construct. They're socially communicated. Jambud's fine. She's right there. She's right here. Listen, should we just move on, okay? Because it sounds like I've been doing my damnedest, but I can't get chat invested in anything I'm talking about. You're really, really... I mean, obviously, it's my job to, like, energize you all, but I feel like you're dragging your heels more than normal today. All right, let's... That's my emails. Where do I want to be? All right, should we do some of the dulls? Okay, so this is a new one. It's chart dull. I think we've done a bit of this before. This one is death rate from poisoning, which I think is an interesting one. Now, poisoning, I don't know if that means like stuff people have eaten or like poisoning that you'd get from like the environment. I don't know if it counts for like smog or whatever. But my first impression with this one is that it's got to be a country that's like, we've got from year 2000 all the way up from 2021. So it's got to be like a country that like modernized a lot in that time. You think Russia? I mean, it could be Russia. Russia went through like a real period of economic shock in the 90s, but poisoning's been this high. Because it's per capita as well. It's not like, because obviously Russia's got it's got the largest landmass. I don't think it's the most populated country, but it's like the largest landmass. So there's loads of people who live in Russia. Is this including sarin and rice? I mean, they're poisons, aren't they? Yeah, it includes all poisons. Russia's second. Captain, if you've done this one before, don't spoil it for the rest of us, because we're figuring it out from like first principles. So if you've done this one already, just sit this one out and you can do the next one. Sarin is a nerve agent. Well, it's a poison, isn't it? I've done Chartel before, if that's what you mean, but I haven't done this one. See, part of me thinks it could be India, just because I know that like India had massive tech investment and they really like invested in their tech and their economy. So like that is, I know there's also a lot of poverty there. So maybe a lot of people got kind of lifted out of poverty over this time. Not that I think that the actual economy is that redistributive. Okay, India's barely touched. No, India's kind of flat, a complete flat line. Pretty sure I haven't seen this one before. Are you sure you're remembering this one? Poison isn't a tech? No. But having, presumably, a country with lots of science and lots of hospitals, a lot of investments, going to have fewer poisonings, you know? Do we think poisoning food's poison? Yeah, food poison. It's right in the name there. Wow, people say this, Dr. Plum. I think the United States, I know it's a weird time to come out to bat for the United States, but I do think it is like a normal country. I don't think like they've got a massive world-leading poisoning rate. I do think they're not as bad as we think in terms of like basic health markers. Did I say that, Josie? I don't remember saying that. Oh, did I cut myself off saying it's a country? What do I think it is? I mean, China also, same thing as India, like kind of modernized it a lot over this time. They really had a lot of industry and they had a lot of smog. If we're thinking like smog and air pollution might count towards this, China seems like a plausible one. Well, I'm going in the right direction here. They all seem so worried about salmonella in the US. Is that the one you get from a big egg? Is that the big egg disease? I mean, what's a country that would have had lots of... This is so dramatic. Like, could it be a country that had like a disaster or had a war or something? Russia's had big problems with fake booze. Okay. Do you think it could be Russia? That's a good argument for Russia. What about Japan? We'll try Russia and then we'll try Japan. Oh, really good. Yeah, really good. Because of the fake booze problem. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, I kind of like Chartdal. So do you want to try another one? What's the next one up? Ooh, cumulative refugee population by country of origin. That honestly, that's a bit of a downer, and I don't think we'd want to joke about that one. Number of cattle seems good. I like that. Cattle. Where likes a lot of cattle? I know that Wagyu beef is a big one. Oh, you go in the way of Baldy 3, Lucy? This is just the way I say it. Want me to say cumulative? Want me to say cumulative? Like I'm living in their home counties, like I'm in Buckinghamshire. It's not a bit, it's just how I've always said it. You want me just to change how I speak for you? No, Darlie Sam, I'm literally right here. Look, there's your message. I'm literally right here. I've never done this one before, Jim. All right, if I've done this one, what's the right answer? It's not a bit. How? Don't go mad. Brazil? For the Amazon? I don't know. Yeah, go on. That seems really plausible because this isn't per capita, is it? Listen, you're on the right. You're on the right track here because it is trending the right way. It looks like they invested in cattle a lot earlier, but that does look pretty good. Darlie Sam's just started playing Deadlock, so this isn't a rerun, Darlie. You can watch it live. I'm literally right here. You don't need to go and play Rem. Ireland? I mean, there's loads of cattle, but I just don't think they've got the population. Not compared to like the Russias and the Chinas and the Brazils. I think it's just got to be a bigger country. I mean, I'm going to put in Japan because they got the Wagyu. I know that Wagyu's just this massive delicacy. You couldn't play Rem. That's so sad. I'd love to be playing Rem right now. Oh, all right. Their cattle population has been pretty steady for quite a long time. Don't want an invite? What, to play Deadlock? No, I'm okay. I can't aim. Yeah, it's okay just to have a guess. Yeah, none of us know, really, unless you're like cattle enthusiast. Romania? Russia, maybe. I mean, I'm happy to go with that. Can I get reasons why you think it might? Russia makes sense because it's huge, right? Probably got loads of cows. Romania, maybe. It's quite a big country. Indonesia, cows. Yeah, why though? Has anyone considered Australia? I know that they've got loads of cows. Fluff, if you've done this one before, because I know you play Chartdal as well. Don't give us the answers if you've done it before. I'm going to pretend you're just guessing like everyone else. Russia isn't too rich, but it has... Yes. Russia is huge. And they're going to need meat, aren't they? I'll try Russia. That was a good reason. I like when people give reasons. When people put a country name with an equestrian mark, I've got nothing to go on. No, they only got their first cow in 1992. Russia is a pork country, and they like yogurt as well. Don't know if you know that. They love yogurt in Russia. Where else? Russia. China, big? China is big. Yeah, China is big. Let's try that. Really, really, really close. One of the closer lines. So it's a country that's not as big as China, which is most countries in the world. Somewhere that owning McDonald's recently. Yeah, where owning McDonald's recently? Yeah, but Fluff's already done it before. We got to get there through our own. We got to use reasoning and first principles. How did Russia go from no cows to over 50 million? Yet you order your first 50 million. It's like a sourdough starter pack. Once you've got it, you can always have cows. When you haven't got it, you've got to order 50 million. Could be the US. I'm happy to go with that, yeah. The US is going to have more cows than China. The US has more, I'll bet you anything, the US has more average meat in their diet than China. And if China's got that many cows, the US is going to be up, up, up. How does the starter begin? So with a sourdough starter, because it's all about fermentation, you've got all the right yeasts with the dough, and they're in this state of creating the right enzymes, and it's like constantly digesting itself or something. But that's a hard thing to maintain. So rather than try to get that process going from raw materials, what people do is they take it already happening and kind of infect a new batch from it. That's why it's called a starter, because you can always pull bits from it and you can expand the mass of it. But you need to keep it going over time. It's almost like is it a living organism? I don't know. The US has lots of farmers. This is what I'm hearing. Let's try the United States. I told you the United States would have more cows than China. Ah. And I told you Fluff was cheating. I mean, not cheating. It's not cheating to have played it before, but you can't spoil it for us because we're trying to figure it out. Well, Fluff, I knew Fluff was right, but I can't just be like, we're supposed to reason it out, you know? We're supposed to think it all through. All right, next one. There's more to enjoy. I mean, I don't have any feelings about nitrogen fertilizer. What is nitrogen fertilizer? What even is that? Like, what are we even talking about here? I don't know if I want to do it, to be honest. Wine I can do, though. Wine would be good. And this is a big wine. This is a big wine exporter. So this is going to be Italy's, Chile. I know Australia makes a lot of wine. Europe sounds good. California? I mean, that's not a country. Australia? Is that what you think, Powerful Khan? You know, most Khans are powerful, aren't they? So you're like an even more powerful Khan. Wine someone's special interest. Yeah, I didn't think we were much of wine heads here. I vote Italy. Do you know what? Italy will sort of tell us where we are on it. I don't know. Let's start with Australia. They put out a lot of wine, but they're also a very big country that's got a lot of hot areas. Wow, that doesn't even touch the sides. Should we try? Chile puts out a lot of wine. I know they're really, really big into wine. Oh. Do you think it's going to be like... Do you think it's going to be like... Well, Italy's going to be at the top. If it isn't, it's going to be Italy at the top. I think Italy and France are 100% the top here. But then this could be like California or something. Spain makes a lot. And is this something you know about, Burnzoid? Like, you got credentials on this? Third place, Italy. Wine? Look, Burnzoid seems confident here. So I think Burnzoid knows about Spanish wine. If someone can come out and say, this is something I'm interested in, I'm happy to listen to that. Now that's good. That's impressive. I'm impressed when people know about things, you know, they just confidently have an area of understanding. Yeah. No, it's good, I think. Okay. We'll do a couple more, I think. What is nitrogen oxide? Yeah, well done. Well done, Burnzoid. Really good play there. Well done, Burnzoid. Nitrogen oxide. What is nitrogen oxide? Nitrous oxides are bad gases. Yeah, but there's loads of those. Like, there's loads of kinds of that, isn't there? So where, like, oh, okay, this goes back from 1850 all the way to like 2022. So it's a place that like really, really went mad into nitrous oxides. And then around 1995, they were like, guys, let's stop. This could be a climate thing, you know. It's a result of burning fossil fuels, amongst other things. Okay, this is going to be a climate thing, right? Hello, Albert. How are you doing? Yeah, this is what this will be, right? Well, I think, given how late they are to start agriculture, right? I think this is the Russian Revolution. Because there's like nothing going on here. And at this point, Russia was just like old school, like 1700s, 1800s style arable farming. And it's only during the modernization after the October Revolution that they're like, oh, fuck, let's make factories for everything. So I'm going to put in Russia to start us off. Oh, okay. Well, they did, but they're slower and it's on a much smaller scale. The logic's not wrong. Although probably you'd see a dip like this with every country. Yeah. All right. It's got to be. People think it's America, do they? Because they're quite quick to modernize, and also they're big investors in like technology, and also they are quite big on then pulling back from a lot of stuff. Ozone. The US did a lot of like, oh fuck the ozone. So the US, United States. That's pretty good. That's very, very good. Isn't the basis of all fertilizer nitrogen? I don't know. Isn't a lot of fertilizer poo? I thought most fertilizer was poo. The dip starts around the oil crisis. Oh, that is good intel, Khan. That is good. All right, we'll do one more. I like Chartdoor, but it is very focused on like imports and exports and stuff like that. Chicken meat production in tons. Chicken. All right. I know they really, really like chicken in China. Because they don't eat, they have pork and they have chicken, but there's not as much like beef and lamb. I don't think they have sheep at all, really. I think that's kind of rare. And so that means they've got a limited meat pool. Careful not to get confused with chicken bone production. Is that a risk? Everyone likes a bit of chicken? Yeah, there's no cultures where like chicken's forbidden, is there? Everywhere has chicken. But if you're thinking about cultures that don't have certain things, like in the Middle East, they're not going to have pork. So that's going to mean more chicken gets produced as like a percentage of overall meat exports. There is lamb in the Muslim, oh yeah, the Uyghurs. Yeah, but that's a very small proportion. Chicken is forbidden in Jainism. Oh yeah, where are the Jainists? Chicken is huge in China. Chicken is huge in China. Thailand, see a lot of Thailand frozen chicken. Yeah, it's true. But Thailand just, this is in pure tonnage. Oh, we're so close. Listen, if China is like this, the problem is when the questions aren't per capita, they're in like raw tonnage. You can't pick a small country then, because this is clearly a gigantic country that produces a comparable amount of chicken to China. India, see, it's got to be something like that, hasn't it? But I think let's, if we're going big countries, they eat a lot of meat. I think meat as a proportion of diet in the US is quite large, and probably larger than in China. I think there's a lot of poultry in the US. Okay, yeah, it's significant. Too significant though. Chicken breast protein's so dense. Yeah, it's your big protein food, huh? All right, well, what else can it be? Like, let's go for the other big hitters of population. Russia. Wow, they just like yogurt over there. Brazil, do you think? It's very populated. Anyone else agree? It could be Brazil. New dull idea. It's called chortle, and you get given a line from a stand-up set and have to guess the comedian. Would that be interminable? Brazil is good in agriculture. All right. Do you know, I like that, Captain. You said Brazil, and then you followed it up with a good reason. And then Burnzoid, who's normally very good on this stuff. Very, very, very nice. Did we give up on India? Yeah, didn't have to factor it in. We've hit victory. India gave up on us. Most dulls are interminable. I don't know. I like the dulls. I think there's always something fresh and new to get from every dull. That's enough from chart dull though, 'cause I like it, but it's got a very narrow band of focus. Saying India for the Janes, because they can't have chicken, right? I like disorderly as well. Their latest one is you got to sort names by a ratio of usage by female middle name versus as a first name. Starting with the highest. So the way to understand it is at the top, it's the names that feature more as a middle name than as a first name. And at the bottom, it's names that are mostly a first name and then never a middle name. I'm never playing Game Deliverer again. Put Sasha at the top. I wish Sasha. Wait, do I know Sasha? Who's Sasha? I don't know who Sasha is. I don't know who that is. Okay, so how would I go on this? Well, I only know Ray as a middle name. Joan is a first name to you? I'd say so. Rebecca is the most first name to me. Rebecca is a real first. Well, I agree with Joan. Joan of Arc. There's no Arc of Joan or Arc Joan of, you know. Ray, Grace belongs over here to me. Michelle can go over there, I reckon. Grace, Michelle definitely appears as the first name a lot. Grace, I don't associate with a middle name. Joan, not very much either. Marie, definitely. But I could go either ways on these two. Like this, maybe? And on Sasha. Who is Sasha? I'm just going to submit because I think everyone's already off topic. All right. Well, in times like this, what I like to do is I just try to give it the little flip, you know? I just flip the two. I put them in couples and I flip them like that. There we go. That's my little trick, because if you're in the right ballpark and you're kind of confident in the right relative positions, you can go a long way with them. Okay, I think they did one of the... Yeah, they did one of these that was just with men's names as well. It was big. Right, my name's Sasha? Yeah, absolutely. Sasha, like that. Is that what you want, Sasha? Is that actually you, Sasha? Because it looks like you're called Big Papa Peter. Sasha Top Best? Well, it's great to meet you. Sorry I've been calling you Big Papa Peter all this time. Anyway, if I can just bring people to attention to the matter at hand. Here, I think with this, the ones that are most obviously first namey are like your William. I thought William could go in the middle. Jason. Lee should be in the middle, but Ray's more middle name. Jason, because James can go in the middle. William, what you could be called like Jonathan William. I mean, I know someone who's, I think I've known a Will as a middle name guy. Sasha is a palindrome? Yeah, to who? Ray top, because Ray was top last time? We can't, that's not how naming's going to work though, is it? Yeah, all right. Ray top because it sounds right. Alan, I could go either way on. Alan, Al, I know Al in the middle might be like really common, but I think it's a very, very common first name. I'm kind of happy to go with this one, I think. Okay. Well, let's just do my little trick, because that normally gets us... That's very good. That's really nice. William is such a common middle name. Yeah, but if you look at the actual stats, yeah, it's like 47% of the time it's a middle name, but like there's not a lot in it between them. Thanks, Sasha, but you're really smart too. You've gotten a lot of people to follow you, if you remember. We all followed you, and that was very smart of you. I think we're all very smart, Sasha. We can all join me in following Sasha. Shout out to Sasha, Big Popper Sasha. What do you mean? Big Popper's just pretending to be called Sasha. I'm just playing along. Okay, what else are these? Sort these fictional companies by the premiere date of the TV show they're from. Yeah, we got Dunder Mifflin in here. Oh, some of these I do know. Bada Bing from Sopranos. Sterling Cooper's Mad Men, which is after Sopranos. The Packard Sawmill, Twin Peaks, which is before The Sopranos. And maybe that's it for all the ones I know. What's Shineheart Wig Company? Megalo's King of the Hill. Okay, so King of the Hill could be contemporaneous with Sopranos. That's from 30 Rock. Megalo Kid, King of the Hill. Well, 30 Rock is after King of the Hill. What's Waystar Royco? What's Waystar Royco? 30 Rock 2004. Megalomart is way before Sopranos. Okay. Megalomart, Sopranos, Waystar. What's Waystar Royco? Succession. Oh, that's after Mad Men. King of the Hill. No, sorry. 30 Rock then. Is that before or after Mad Men? King of the Hill 95. Oh, and then Sopranos is like 99 or something, or 98. Okay, so we've got what have we got? We've got Twin Peaks, we've got King of the Hill, we've got The Sopranos, we've got 30 Rock, we've got Mad Men, we've got Succession. That sounds right to me. Do I submit? That's very good. Isn't it nice when we all just know things? Like we all just put our heads together and we all just know things and it comes together like that. Yeah, Burnside, isn't it good when there's just things that you know? Yeah. Like that's what this should be about. What's the shopping superstore called? I don't even know what that is, Bird. Is that popular culture? Because that's my Achilles heel. All right, loads of these I don't know. Sort these. I can do this one. Sort literary characters by the publishing date of the book they first appeared in. Okay, so I don't know who that is. I think this is the guy from Game of Thrones or something. Heathcliff, that's the Brontes. Sherlock Holmes, the guy from the Cottingley Fairies. Elizabeth Bennet, I'm not sure who that is, but this is Animal Farm. Peter is Hunger Games? You must know who Peter... Why would I know who Peter is? I know Big Popper Peter. Gregor is Game of Thrones. Yeah, Game of Thrones is quite recent. Gregor Samsa is Metamorphosis. Oh, Kafka. Okay, yeah. Well, that's older then. That's older. Peter... Who's Peter Mellark? Hunger Games. Okay, Hunger Games is recent. Animal Farm's not that long ago compared to the other. What's Bennett? Bennett and Heathcliff. Well, who is Bennett? Jane Austen. Jan Austen. Okay. Austen or the Austen old. Austen's older than the rest of these. I don't know when the Brontes are, but I'm going to say around Austen before Brontes. And then Arthur Conan Doyle, late 1900s. Maybe Kafka, early 1900s. Then mid-1900s is Animal Farm. Then Hunger Games is like 2007 or something. That looks good. Kaboom. See, this is how it should be. This is how it should be. We all know our things and we're all feeding into a big brain. This is really nice. You just love to see it, honestly. I like this. Still is good. Yeah, you need to strategize around what you do know and what you don't know. Or, like I do, just outsource what I don't know to other people. And then we just work through it that way. Okay, we'll do one more of these, I think. I'm not going to do states or elements. Can I do this? What? No. No, never mind. I thought maybe some of the Lanthanims would be in there, but no. um, oh, events in the order that they occurred. That's good. We weren't. Thanks, Sasha. Jenna Maroney would love the Cottingley Fairies. We all love talking about the Cottingley Fairies here in Britain. I don't actually like matter, no. I like mental phenomena. Giant squid, first woman elected, breast implants, barcode, in vitro, IMAX. IMAX feels like it's in my lifetime. Hello, King of Time. We're just figuring out in what order these events occurred. Giant squid's got to be recent, right? You can't get photography down there recent. I don't know. I think barcode's going to be old. I bet breast implants is pretty old. Now, the first woman elected as a US governor, that could kind of be anywhere. Like, sometimes you might think that, like, well, the March of Progress is very slow, especially for women in positions of power, but sometimes people just vote a woman in. You never know. Literally, this could go anywhere. I have no real feeling on this. IVS is 90s? I think early 90s. I think it'll be early 90s. Although Josie Russell thinks 78. Squid feels recent. I didn't think we even learned about giant squids until 2005. Josie is suspiciously specific. Remember, Josie, you can't look these up, okay? Like we're like making inferences. And if you do just know things, that's great. Just someone's throwing some bit of suspicion, you know? I think they just know Sean. Everyone knows me. That's the one thing that centralizes the whole community. Me, I'm here. I'm the bowling ball in the middle of the taut sheet. Sorry, that was a bad analogy. That's actually an analogy they use to explain distortions in space-time. Did you say centralize or sexualize? I can't remember. Could someone roll back the tape? Okay, we're going squid IMAX, woman governor, barcode. I'm going to bring in vitro up. That is definitely more recent. Governor, I don't know. Move that up. Then IVF, breast barcode. Because I think you had infrared a really long time ago. What is a governor? I don't know. What is a governor? Is a governor like an MP? Is that what do you call when you send someone to the Senate? That's a senator, and that's like an MP. So what's a governor then? You and not neurodiversity? What do you mean? A governor is like the president of a state. So is it like a mayor? Because in the UK we have like a regional mayor who has a modest amount of regional decision making, but not a lot. Mayors are under the governor. Oh, do we even have... So do we even have something that... are you sure the bowling ball is neurodiversity? Yeah, maybe. And I think the cloth is neurodiversity as well. States have one governor, 2 senators, and lots of representatives. I don't even know what our representative is. It doesn't matter. Let's just go with what we have. Wow, okay. Squid we were right on. Boobs we were right on. Barcode, I guess, is more new than that. Maybe we say barcode's like not that modern, but like throw it in the middle. Maybe we're wrong, and actually America's a barbaric state, and no, it could have been actually a secretly very progressive state. I think, like everywhere, it was more progressive in the past than it is now. So maybe they'll probably do stuff like that as standard. So we go governor, boob, IVF, barcode, IMAX. This is truly dividing stream. What do you mean? What do you mean? We always play the dulls. Don't say we're going off the dulls now. Oh. Well, I mean, this is easy now. We'll just do this. Okay. All right. No, we weren't really very good on that one. We weren't that good on that one. Maybe we'll move off of disorderly now. So zoom out, and zoom out is my favorite. I always keep it as a. Oh, well done for knowing when in vitro fertilization was, Josie. Some people do just know things. My favorite one of these is zoom out, and because I like it, I've decided to go right back to the very beginning. And I thought we could just start with the very first one they ever put out. This to me looks like a piece of fire, like a little, like a Mario fireball, perhaps. Any thoughts on this? Mass Effect, like a bullet. Yeah, well, it will be some FX. Yeah, this is some SFX. Halo. What would this be in Halo? Like a ship or something? Mario Galaxy. I'm thinking it's Mario. But like, yeah, it's Burns, when you write SFX, it stands for special effects. If that's what you're going for. Just like there's clouds. Yeah, cloudy sky. No way is that Mario. Well, not old Mario, but I was thinking like, me, it reminds me of the Mario in like Super Smash Brothers Melee. Like when, because they, I can see a little bit of, I know what this is. This will be Final Fantasy X. That's Final Fantasy X. Yeah, that's Zanarkand. Anyone play Final Fantasy X? Final Fantasy X is pretty good. Bird, have you ever played Final Fantasy X? I think you'd enjoy it. You've never played a Final Fantasy? I think you should try Final Fantasy X, honestly. You know, if you've got a Switch or whatever, the 10-2 remake's actually pretty good. I think you should... You've only played 10-2? That's so mad. That's so mad, because 10-2's like the only like remix. The only one that's like a direct sequel, and all the plot relates to... Yeah, Bread Santa, you shouldn't start on 10, by the way. That's a Bird-specific recommendation. You should start on 8. Yeah, you should start on 8, Bread Santa. But Bird should start on 10, and then play 9, and then play 8, and then play 7, then play 6, then stop. Bread Santa, you should play 8, then play 7 if you liked 8, then play 9, then play 10. It's Claire Obscure. Well, I was going to say, actually, on which FF game should I start? It's a difficult one. I think you should play 15. No, I think you should play 15 and go on the big road trip with your buddies and eat like Super Cup noodles or whatever it's called. Tactics, I should have said if I was trying to be nice. Burnzoid should play Tactics. Burnzoid will actually really enjoy Tactics. Final Fantasy 15 is really, really funny at the first bit. They've tried to turn Final Fantasy into a road trip open world. And I think you'd actually get a kick out of it, more so than you would Tactics, even though Tactics is obviously technically the most perfect game. You should all play 5 to 11. I was playing 3 the other day. It's a bit rough going. Is the latest one fun? Don't bother. That's my review. Don't bother. You should play, literally, Bird, I've got you your menu sorted out. You should play 10, 9, then 8, then 7, then 6. Honestly, play 10 through 8. No, after each one, you know, if you're not enjoying it, just stop playing the Final Fantasies. Like, if you get all the way through 6, you've really had a good time. FF games have recently gone on sale on GOG, and I think they're cheaper, and they're having a release sale. So if anyone wants them on there, but they are on everything. Where does Bravely Default fit into this menu? Do not touch it until after the rest. Bravely Default rules, but it's very just, here are the mechanics in a no-frills way. It kind of assumes you've loved Final Fantasy 3, which is fine. Many of us do. Many of us like 3, many of us like 5. But it's not for you. It's not for you. You won't enjoy it, I think. but you could learn to enjoy it. And honestly, if you wanted to play Bravely Default, do you know what I tell you to start? And I'm not joking. Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X's class system is such a nice way in to that kind of mechanical class-based JRPG. So Final Fantasy 15 has been deemed either not good or not old. No, but Final Fantasy 15 goes on sale on Steam all the time. I forgot you were talking about 15. I was thinking about the golden eras, the golden era PlayStations. You intrigued? About 10? You should play 10. 10. Here's my pitch for Final Fantasy X, okay? Final Fantasy X is about if David Beckham went back in time and Godzilla was his dad. Now, has that got you intrigued? More intrigued? That is what the plot is. That is what it is. That is a strong pitch. That is literally the game. Do you know what else it's literally the plot for? Claire Obscure. Claire Obscure, yeah, last year's indie darling, despite having a team of hundreds, is just Final Fantasy X. Yes, and then you get to play Final Fantasy X-2, where you can dress up and sing with all your friends. In Final Fantasy X-2, they get rid of all the boy characters like they never existed, and it's about girls. And in there, their class system is called dress spheres. They've explicitly tied what you can do and what your abilities are to what cool outfit you're dressed as. It has huge magical girl energy. I found it so jarring to play after playing 10 that I rejected it in what now I could have realized is just bog standard misogyny, but now I think it rules. Anyway, those are my recommendations. We're here to puzzle. I'm getting big Half-Life 2 energy from this. Burnswood, I talk about Final Fantasy every chance I can. Although, I abandoned Final Fantasy and I become a real Tales of guy. But you're not ready for that yet. Sorry. You guys aren't ready to hear about Tales of Destiria. It looked like Source Engine concrete, you know? I don't recognize those textures. I recognize those textures. They're like built-in Source Engine textures. Look at the aliasing. The original Portal? I could try the original Portal. Okay, all right, I'm wrong. I was being daft. It's Portal 2. Fair enough. Portal looks better than that? Well, it is Portal, so... I don't know. Is this Goatsy? What is this? Well-spotted Source Concrete, thank you very much. The nose always knows. What is this clip? Is it me ranting about Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy X is about if Dave... Oh, yeah, they will, yeah. It's me saying that Final Fantasy X is about if David Beckham went back in time and his dad's Godzilla. Do you know what? TikTok actually will go mad for that clip. I don't know if that's enough to make me post it. Should I post that? And try and get the Final Fantasy heads in? StarCraft. That's good. I was thinking Planescape Torment because of that kind of pre-rendered-y... Oh, that looks good. Post it. I could do. StarCraft. I watch a lot of Final Fantasy TikTok. I just want to be like 13 years old again and have a PS1. That was very good. Well done, everyone, for getting that one. Toe Jam and Earl. Do you like Toe Jam and Earl? Toe Jam and Earl was before its time. I was going to say, if they made that now, it would rule, but they didn't. It didn't rule at all. Oh, I can do this one. Metal Gear Solid. I've been watching Bread Santa play Metal Gear Solid, and it's really tuned me into the teal color of the walls. But can we have a shout out? I didn't manage to catch Bread Santa's stream today of it. But I've been enjoying watching the playthrough. You weren't here last week for everyone having fun. Don't worry, you haven't missed much, Boobson, but it's good to have you here. I hope you are well. Instant, yeah. I owe it all to Brady. All right, what's next? Mm, I can't. It's a. What is this? Like a table? A cake? I've managed to find what I was thinking. I'm Captain Bash von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca. Yes, that's Final Fantasy 12. Looks like a car window. Life is strange. Because I was thinking Disco Elysium. I know you go to some old... And there's a reed in the foreground here. I know you go to some old bits of place where there's like... smashed up cars. You wander around. It's got that kind of painterly affect. Games with cars. Yeah, Choro Q. It's painterly like Disco, yeah. It does look a bit like Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium. Okay. And then maybe, what else were people saying? Life is Strange could be a shout. Because you've got, this feels very story focused. You don't normally see your main character from an angle like this unless it's a story. Very, very good. We did actually try Disco Elysium, Sasha, but thanks. That's a time travel jacket. I don't think you time travel enough that jackets change. We're not talking like different jacket seasons. I think it's more like I broke my bottle of milk and I'll go back to when I didn't. No UI is a big giveaway. Yeah, that's huge. All right, onwards. Like a hut? Like Populous or something? Who's Sasha? I don't know. I thought Sasha was here. Donkey Kong? Like Donkey Kong 64, like a rare game. It could be. Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie sounds good. Yeah. Let's try Banjo. Banjo... I've never even played it, but like I feel that this... I mean, this flower's very big compared to this. So like whoever would live in here would be dwarfed by that. Very, very, very nice. You think this is Gungeon, Jim? Gungeon's 2D, it's pixel. You haven't even played Banjo and you got... That is impressive. When you've got enough cultural osmosis to get them without playing them, I think that's very impressive. Do you know, Jim, it's funny you were saying Gungeon, actually, because I haven't played Gungeon, though, so I'm not sure, but this... Oh, Jungian, yeah. Jungian, like Jungian psychology. What do you mean, Fluff? I'm being quite polite to people, I think. I know that people have been saying I've been a bit too kind of surly with people, but I think I've been quite nice. Enter the Jungian. Jung is in Persona. Very good, Bert. She gets it. Rimworld? I don't think so. I think it could be Gungeon. I haven't actually played that. Have you played Enter the Jungian, Jim? Meat Boy? I don't think so. I met one of the animators for Meat Boy Forever last night. And I met the composer for Crow Country. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, but is this Enter the Gungeon, is what I'm asking. Well, it's the best we've got to go on, so I'll give it a try. You feel like dropping any more names? What do you mean? It's okay to drop names. I met some interesting people with interesting careers. I didn't actually say any literal names. I don't remember anyone's name. Spelunky was a good shout. It could have been Spelunky. Like a little lobster who's a waiter who's serving up some cloches. 2 cloches. Happy Friday, Gomelon. How are you doing? The lampshade? Oh, like a wall lamp? It could be. But also there's 2 eyes here. And you can see 2 claws coming out as well. Yes, it's very hot dog, isn't it? The line of mustard on the 2 versts. It's a lamp. Yeah, it could be Manic Mansion. Yeah, I call it Manic Mansion. Manic Mansion. I think it was released as Manic Mansion in Europe, but you'll know it as Maniac Mansion. That's good. All right, how many more of these should we do you think? I've got a few more in me. Sand. This is like a top-down bird view of sand. I call it Manic Mansion. That's who I've got it from. Rimworld. Where are you getting Rimworld from here? I think it's going to be Age of Empires, actually. I think it's got a bit of an Age of Empires. Rimworld, San, how do you know? I don't see any tiles. I think this could be Age of Empires. Wow. I call it Manic Mansion because your dad is dyslexic. Not Age of Empires, wrong blue. I'm going to put it in anyway. We need to rule it out. Oh, hello. So what we got here, we've got a couple of trees. We've got this. This is either a worm, a Purcell, or a saddle, or a saddon. And then a little hut maybe or something here. A worm. I could put that in. Worm. You mean like worm? Because there isn't a game called Worm. I don't think we've got a worm here. A Purcell. I meant to say saddon. You recognise that squirrel? Do you think that's a squirrel, do you? Sure it's not Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri? Because I was thinking it looked like an alien planet, you know? Oh, okay. All right, what were you saying it is? Sorry? I wasn't... Do you think Sid is chill? Probably not, honestly. I honestly don't think so. I think you're probably right, Burns. I'm sorry for not listening to... Oh, I wrote Burnzoid in. Rimworld. What's a Rimworld? It's like Dwarf Fortress, but in space. Okay. Okay, teeth. Teeth. Looks like the big thing from Metroid Prime, the one that comes and bites you. We did this. What do you mean, Albrock? Kingdom Hearts Cerberus? Are you sure? Because we did another one of these that had Cerberus in it. Did it last time? I don't think so. Bowser? What do you mean? Bowser with a blouse on? Who's that? Get up on the Hydra's back. It could be Cerberus. I see what you mean. But what would it... And this is just one of the heads, is it? Donkey Kong. I'm not continuing my streak of not listening. I'm listening to you right now. I'm saying you've said it's Cerberus, and I'm saying that's very interesting what you said. Can you just elaborate on it? I've played Kingdom Hearts 1, and it could be Cerberus. I'm just talking around it. I'm sorry I'm shouting. You're accusing me of not listening, but I'm literally right here engaging with what you're saying. Last time we did this, we have done a zoom out in the past where it was Kingdom Hearts, but it was Tarzan. Do you remember? It showed a bit of hedgerow, and Funky said, "I think that's Tarzan," and I was saying, "Oh yeah, that sounds right." And then we had a Kingdom Hearts one, but it was Tarzan. It's definitely the Cerberus from her. I'll put it in. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's more the accusation that I'm not listening when I'm literally here engaging with what you're saying, and I'm saying that's interesting. All right, we'll try it. Kingdom Hearts. And it is. And thank you for saying so, and thank you for telling me. I listened and I put it in like normal. This is a collaborative thing. All right, we'll do one more because I think people are getting annoyed, you know. What is Donald doing, lol? This, I have to say, this means nothing to me, this one. This is just a wall. This is that chemical game? What, Space Chem? Is that what you're thinking of? Where you make chemicals? You're probably thinking of Space Chem. I could try it. A puzzle game? I'm thinking, yeah, Zachtronics, yeah. I could put... No, I don't think I'd hate them. I I'm very excited to play them, but when I'm actually there in situ, I don't stick them out. We know this one, Miraculous Machine, factory game. Miraculous Machine? I don't know it. I don't think there is a game called Miraculous Machine. That's it, Sasha has it. Big Popper, are you still Sasha? There isn't a game called Miraculous Machine. I put it in and nothing comes up. Alchemisal game. I don't know it. I don't. Has anyone played this? Das Keto is right. Where's Das Keto saying things? Das Keto, where are you? Has Das Keto's message just not been sent in? I can't see a message from Das Keto. Pepsi Mansion? I don't think they're here. Well, then what are we... Huh? What's happening? Opus Magnum. Yeah, you sure you don't want me to try Pepsi Mansion? Okay, I'll try Opus Magnum. Oh, that is good. That is good. Okay, let's move off of this because they're getting a bit tricky, and for some reason I feel like there's a really like... I don't want to say toxic. I think we say toxic a bit too much, but people seem a bit off with me today, you know? I've been wanting to move on. Do you remember that I was starting a project of doing an emoji dictionary? I've realised we haven't actually come back to that in quite a while. Hello, Wimp Dork. Wimp, I'm trying to compile a dictionary that's going to give a complete meaning to all of the emojis because I'm not very emoji literate. I don't use them. You always accuse us of being, well, yeah, I'm very sensitive. I'm like a filament. I light up with any emotions I feel. I'm like a can of Dr. Pepper that someone shouted the word Satan at. All my frozen crystals have become a distorted shape. This is the year of the dark chat. I don't think. Well, no, it's not. You can't even say Sean like all words are banned. I've said specifically that I don't like my name being said in a certain tone. Well, what? How? You're accusing me of doing something. I've moved off of the dulls because people weren't enjoying them, and we're going to move on to something else. Should we start with an easy one? What do we... let me get up an actual emoji. Emoji dictionary up. Let me grab... like sunglasses emoji. Why is he not big? All the other guys are big. Go back. And then be big. There we go. So this is like a cool guy, right? Why do you want to improve it? It's not done. It's like missing. It's barely even started going, you know? It's Friday. Yeah, can we just be... Yes, Sean Nice Toe. Thank you, Gomelon. That is different. I'm not toxic. I want to discuss. I'm this person is a cool guy. Feeling nice and cool. Yeah. So should we say it's like... an insincere expression of confidence, especially with ironic detachment. What do you think of that? Is that good? Like, no one does it because they actually think they're cool or because they actually think anything's cool. It's like it's like inherently insincere. You don't think it's insincere? All right. Can I get an example? Because I thought this was one of the... I thought they're all a bit laced with sarcasm. Cool guy is only used ironically, so Sasha's got a completely different view on this. I do believe in cool. I just didn't believe in sincere communication. So self-conscious is different from... an expression of cool stylishness, especially when used in a self-conscious way. I spelled that right? Conscious way. Is that something? Means you want to borrow a belt sander? Are you sure you've ever used an emoji, Red? It just means cool. Especially... So maybe you're making like a second definition. When used about oneself, ironic or self-conscious when used about oneself. Although that doesn't change the definition. Anything can be said sarcastically, you know? When do you want to borrow a belt sander, Red? Like, is that common? Is that like a normal thing you like doing? I don't use emojis, so it's not about my self-confidence. I'm trying to participate in a culture that already exists. Expression of cool stylishness. I'm very curious what emoji that is that will get me hostile to Gen Z. Do you think there's one out there, Wimp? Do you think you're on the cusp? You could be induced into intergenerational hostility? Make the floor smooth. I'm not putting that in, Red. I just don't think that's true. I just think that's a meaning that's just unique to you. And that's a usage that's just the Red Quixote thing. It's at the top of the list there, but it's cut off. Oh, these? Oh, I think the smiling laughings are actually our generations. Like, they're our cross to bear, aren't they? I liked emoticons. I still like emoticons, but we do have to accept that life has moved on. And if we don't become emoji literate, then it will leave us behind. All right, here's a very common one that I know has a real intergenerational differences in meanings. The prayer hand here. This is for begging, right? This is for like, I refuse to. But I've been listening to you, Burnzoid. I haven't ignored you at all. Everyone's acting like I'm ignoring them. I'm literally engaging with everyone in chat. I don't understand. Classic unambiguous praying hands. Yeah, but people don't use it for praying hands. Yeah. Praying, begging, high five. I use it to mean thank you. I also use it to mean please as well. You know what you did? What did I do? No, literally, Burnzoid, what did I do? What have I done? What? I'm not saying you can't back out of the stream. Obviously, take care of yourself. But if you are in any way annoyed at me, just articulate what you think I've done. I have heard that people use it as a high. Let's get these down. So I think principally, number one, please and thank you. Supplicated begging. And then number two is literal praying, religious contexts. And then number three is high five. Rare, but does exist. This is hands glued together. That's such a fringe case. That's such an edge case, I think. I use it when I'm wearing two ties. Red, what are you on? Are you having an interesting evening? All right, are people happy with how I've put Burnzoid's back? I got no explanation on the walkout. I think your line's supposed to be, who is reading that as a high five? Yellow ties with blue points, like tips or like a score. Albrock, could you just high five Captain Preston Frost? I think I'm the only one here who's being friendly. Let's be nice to one another. It is groveling. It's supplication. Hello, Buzz Josie. No, today's today. I was just talking about, you know how King of Time says they would enjoy being in a Groundhog Day? I was just thinking it actually wouldn't be that pleasant if it really happened. Yeah, it's Friday today. like always. All right, what else can we do? One of the ones that I know is always ironic is the upside down smiley. Like, there is no sincere, normal expression of this, right? This is always, because this is not someone who's happy. Yeah, it is unpleasant. Well, I'm in a great mood. So if anyone could take any sucker from that, just know that I'm in a really, really good place. And I'm sorry if you're feeling a little bit upside down smiling emoji. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Oh, I see now. Sorry, just the amount of people saying like, your wife uses it as a regular smile. That's so funny. Does she know how that comes across? Atlas got a cream egg. Sorry, I kind of forgot what we were talking about. And when Jim said, I'm in a bad place, but I don't want to talk about it, and then other people said similar, I thought everyone's really doing badly here. That's the emoji for this stream? I don't think so. Do you know what I would say the emoji from this stream is? This one, I think. I think this one should be the emoji for this stream here. I think this one should be us. Like, just being happy. Being so happy you're a bit embarrassed. You know, what? That's us. Feel like a civilian, a Batman comment. I just feel like I'm someone hanging out with their friends. I'm in a terrible place, but I'm not going to go into detail. Is that roughly the upside down? Have I missed the syringe emoji? Do you think there's a case for the syringe emoji? I only know that to like literally mean blood test. I'm getting my COVID vaccination. I'm giving blood. I'm getting tested for STIs. It's not very interesting, the syringe stuff. That's pushing out a big poo. What, the syringe? My hair's turned blonde. Well, that's more of a my family thing, actually. I don't think you should appropriate that. That's what it means when we do it. What about the skull? I know that means laughing these days. That's not a skull, is it? I guess it's a skull with a smiley face sort of stretched over it. Skull means more laughing than anything else. I'm laughing. That's number one, right? And then this one, someone's died. And then number three's maybe like contains poison. Skull means dead from laughing. We do have a young person. Captain is our translator. And Sasha is our translator. And who else is the other one? Crispin, if they're around. They're our translator. I think you'd put hoverboard. I think hoverboard would go in there. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not being graded on this, Preston. It's okay. But I'll change it in case anyone's confused. Some no's actually completely alive. Quen dead with a stiff lid. Sounds like we're pretty happy on that one. Here's a favourite, I think. I think this is quite a fun one to use. This one I will use, rarely because I'm actually quite well behaved. But this means like, I've been and am being naughty and I'm proud of myself. That's that. It's not a sexy one, I think. I don't think it's horny. After much prodding from, why are you doing third-person stage directions about yourself as though you're sort of being Pinocchio'd around into a stage play of your own life? Just say the things you want to say, or don't. List the emoji you think are horny ones. Well, this one I was told is extremely horny. This winky, and I do know that like hot sweaty Hot sweaty is also a famous horny symbol, isn't it? That's not hot sweaty. Isn't hot sweaty like, this is the bad horny. This is the mind killer. This is the unbidden horniness of considering flesh during a weak moment. That's that one. That's not when you're like, yeah, that's like, oh no, I've become horny. I'm consumed. Yeah, I don't know why it's red here. There isn't really as much. I think all the emojis should look identical everywhere, and the fact they don't really winds me up. And I know, you could argue that we have fonts, and that means the letter P doesn't look the same everywhere you look, but it's close enough. But changing the devil from red to purple, that's just very different to me. Oh yeah, is FMC compiling one of these? Okay, great. Thanks, Gregor. Thanks, Brett. Any others worth covering? Burnzoid mentioned lady dancing. What, man dancing? Woman dancing? I don't really know this one. When would you use this? I think someone must. I don't know if it's a Burnzoid thing. Lady dancing isn't really multi-layered, but what's even the first one? It can't just mean I'm dancing and I'm a lady when a woman is dancing. I don't think it is. Is it? Because I'm taking off. Footloose and Fancy Free. Yeah. Girls' night. Bohemian. Woman evening. Dancing on the tables. But not really. That sort of thing. Let's go, girls. Yeah. Big Wicker vibes. I think you're right, Becca Bix. It looks like context rules all and no dictionary can ever be complete. It can never capture the prism, the refraction of context. Do you think Bohemian Woman Evening? Maybe it's women. No, you can have a Bohemian Woman Evening. You don't need other women to be a woman. Women don't always need women, but they should have the company and support of other women. That's what I think. Thinking a woman. What about the Inshallah hands? Praying? Is that what you're trying to say? You mean prayer? We've got them here. And I think actually we've got them. Oh, that's good. I thought we had more than we needed. No, are they Inshallah? We can put them in. Yeah, raised hands. Look at this man telling women what they should do. Yeah, I think women should eat 7 fruit and vegetables a day. Am I allowed to do that? Is that the patriarchy? Raised hands. Albrot's so grumpy. I don't know. Do you think Albrot's just comes here to be grumpy, or he's like this all day long? This just means inshallah. Yeah, what more do you need? Do you know what? No, you don't say inshallah. This would be... Inshallah is God willing. This would be Allah Akbar or something. Isn't this on twice? Is it? Oh yeah. Yeah, praise Allah. We've already got it. We've got it. We can move on from here. God did will it. Did he? I'm up for considering that. We do fire. I know that's a popular one. Albrot, are you at work now? Because if you are at work and you're angry about work, that's fine. But it would be great if this becomes a relief from that rather than a place for you to sit in your juices. Yeah. I think you should loosen your lanyard, mate, if you know what I mean. Your lanyard's on a bit tight. This means hot, 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 right? Could be sexy. Could be excitement. Could also be danger. And I think that's fire in a nutshell. I think he does wear a lanyard while working from home. I could have sworn I've seen a lanyard on him. Well, I think sometimes he watches at the office. I actually don't have a good read on Albrot's life, but in my mind, I picture quite a lot of. I've just decided things for him. I've heard Mono say, "What are you with Mono now?" Thank you, Bread Santa. Wahoo! Thank you very much. Oh, and thank you to Anonymous for gifting a tier 1 sub to Gomelon. This has got us up to 27 subscribers out of our 55 subscriber goal. At which point, one of the things from What Next will happen. Wahoo and wahey. I work in office, were, and I work home to fry. No lanyard today. Okay. Any changes or arrays to fire? Yeah, you can handle watching 2 streams in a week, Cardboard. I think I think that's fine. Two Sean streams in a day. That sounds wonderful, honestly. How many subs do we need? I think we are I don't know. I don't know now. Let's look up www.seanmull.com/whatnext. This should update on here. This looks well, according to this 9, but according to that just then 8, so something's wrong, so I don't know what. Oh well, it's one of them. I'll respect it if either of them get to the edge. All right, emoji dictionary away. I think somehow this has riled people up. Thank you, Gregor Smith. That's very, very kind of you. The Becca Bix, enjoy it. Welcome to the community. That's very kind of you. We're closer than ever by some amount. You ever thought about doing a kindness stream? We'll do a little vote on that at the end. Yeah, I'll see if people want me to do a kindness stream or a what's the alternative? A horrible stream? Doesn't sound good, does it? Listen, we've done a bit of puzzles. We've had a nice chat. Shall I pop on a bit of a game for a bit and then we'll just... A punishment stream. There's a good idea. That's quite good. Can we do a groundhog? Put it in What Next? Because we might be... We might be doing that again soon at some point. All right, I'm just going to play a game for a bit now. I think we do just need kind of just a chill out energy. I think people are being a bit stressy, you know. Can we watch it a bit? Well, let me just play a game for a little bit. Let me just make a little bit of progress, you know. No, I'm not playing Final Fantasy X. I'd love to play JRPGs and stuff on stream, but I just think they bore all of you. I think the kind of games I like the most are actually really boring to a lot of you. And that's fine. I've made my peace with it. Honestly, if I could, I'd just stream dungeon games all day long. I'd just be literally in the dungeon bonking a goblin with a vertical strike downwards. This is what Xanakin wishes it was like. Yeah, we're going to play Kingsfield. Just checking the RAM. Don't mind me. I've always wanted to play through the Kingsfields, you know. Thank you very much, Mumbles88. I think we've met before, have we, Mumbles? Your username seems familiar to me. But thank you for following. Oh, I'd love that egg. Ow! Look. Okay, 1 second. What was the small group multiplayer friend slot dungeon crawling game? Which one? Small group friend slot multiplayer dungeon crawling game. We have met before. Okay, well, nice to meet you again. Oh, God. I just want this egg. Oh. Dune Crawl. It could have been Dune Crawl. You could have been thinking way back at things like Dark and Darker. Dark and Darker, probably, yeah. I liked Dark and Darker. It was horribly slow. What if I bait out an attack here? Probably Dark and Dark. The thing that was funny about Dark and Darker is it had like proper proximity voice chat while you're also supposed to be hiding from each other. So if you did have a friend and played in game, you're just giving your positions away by talking at all. Can you bait an attack out while you're not even on the thing? Then they made like another game made like a right, maybe I don't do the squid. Maybe we don't squid. Okay, I'll go a different way. Is that the end of this path? Oh, a fisherman. I would love a Groundhog Day film that has no emotional arc and is entirely someone messing with just being in a time loop. Do you think, like, even going beyond living in a Groundhog Day, would you even like to witness a Groundhog Day? I think a lot of people think they would, but I've always been of the opinion that defeats the point, you know, of entertainment. Like, but then if you were in a Groundhog Day, all entertainment would be that way, you know? Nothing would have any interest to anyone. You wouldn't even have minor variations, which to me might add a real necessary frisson. Might elevate it above something truly original. Ow, there's fall damage in this. That's not fair. I watched Stargate SG-1 and they made it seem okay. It's been ages since I watched Stargate. What are they doing there? Hello, can we get across? Lovely, lovely. And now we've got the fire orb. Just what we need, really. You know, the newest friend slots come out. Yap, yap. That could be us, you know. Yeah, Martine's going to make $1 million on what? I would yap yap. I would yap yap as well, actually. I'm quite happy to put it on the docket, to be honest. Once I finish my current set of ideas. What is Yap Yap? Yap Yap it's basically like another repo lethal company, except you're all wizards. And you cast spells by saying the name of the spells. Teal Quintus. See, is Stargate worth it? When I thought of all the sci-fis, I thought that's really low on my list. I've been debating about whether Farscape's worth a look. Although I say that, I'm having a pretty good time with Babylon 5 these days. I think it's got good now. No, okay, that's what I remember of Stargate. I didn't have any problem with it, but I would not say it was good. Just bad. Is that to Stargate or is that for Farscape? I watched Farscape when I was like 19 and had just gone to university, and I didn't even know how to make a pie, you know? I remember eating loads of raw pies around that time. And so if I thought I liked Farscape, I do think, bro, you couldn't even cook a pie. Like, let alone evaluate media. Raw, probably undercooked or something. I think I ate a lot of raw meat pies. Raw pie, I had a lot of raw pies. When I first went to university, I didn't know how to cook most foods, so the worst thing I remember is having a raw pie. Babylon 5 is, yeah. I'm past the rough S1, and it is a rough S1, but it's no rougher than all of Star Trek's rough S1s. Star Trek has some brutal rough S1s. What do we got? A buckler. That's pretty good. Farscape is more comedy shit. What's so embarrassing? What, eating raw pies? I don't know. You know, when I was a baby, I shat myself. Like, I can't live. Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to put this away. This isn't for me. This isn't for me. This isn't for anyone. Not knowing how to cook. Oh, yeah. Well, have you met loads of kids when they go to university? They don't know how to do anything. I couldn't live on baked beans, so I put myself at the mercy of Fray Bentos. It's not my fault I didn't know. The rate of food poisonings in Sheffield dipped and then went right down when I moved and then learned how to cook. All right, I'm putting that away. That's not for me. All right, what can we do? What? People like comedy. I could put on a bit of comedy. Do people like comedy? There's a comedy YouTube series I think's good. Undercooked Free Bento. It was rough. It was a rough old time. I bounced back. I'd say I went from strength to strength. You hate laugh. You'll like this one because this doesn't create any. Oh, you seen this before, have you, Gregor? Well, don't spoil it for anyone else because I want it to be a bit of a surprise for most people. This is called It's a Bit Comedy. Can we do this?
Mrs. Sharon Smith.
Yes.
I'm Detective Constable Knock. This is my colleague, DC Dawes. I'm afraid we have some difficult questions for you.
Hi, Agnes. How are you
Do you mind if
doing?
we
Do
come
you
in?
like
No,
jokes,
of course
Agnes?
not.
There's some
I'm
jokes
free.
in this.
Please sit down.
Okay. Yeah, point those ones out to
Okay.
me, please.
Well, it's not going to be easy. But what is 431.7 divided by 17.6?
Do you know it? If you're with your father now, you could tell your father the answer.
What?
Did warn you. Next one.
What's 447.9 divided by 8.33?
I don't know.
You have
Okay,
to ask
thanks,
someone
Albert.
else then.
I'll just wave.
We'll see ourselves out.
It's a bit. Oh, that is the best bit. It's a bit.
I say, do mind not farting in front of my wife.
Sorry, mate, I didn't realise it was her turn.
It's a bit.
There you go. Just what you need after last night.
That is my favourite bit. That guy there at the end. Because it's overdubbed, right? They had to dub him in. I think they could have done better on the fart sounds, honestly. They sound too much like they're from a downloaded fart sounds.
There you go. Just what you need after last night.
I drank so much last night you wouldn't believe it that I...
Fell over?
No.
Biggin
Threw
Hill.
up?
No, I...
Got off with that dodgy looking barmaid?
They're in the Biggin Hill. They're in the waiting room for the Biggin Hill Festival flight. 11th of June 2016 souvenir program. Like they're not in a house. I think they're in like a waiting room.
No, I...
Couldn't remember what happened?
No, I...
Got arrested?
No. I forgot how to...
Finish a sentence.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Oh, it's Big Gin Hill. It's definitely not Biggin Hill. Biggin Hill is a plausible British hill name.
Get away from the ledge! Get away from the ledge! We're only here to help you! Goodbye, cruel world!
Stand back, everyone. I'm afraid it's another jumper.
This is probably their best joke. You know, this is probably their best one. This is my favourite one, though. This sketch is easily my favourite. Oh, Biggin Hill. Did you see there's a little cameo? Little Biggin Hill there. Was that a joke? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought it was Biggin Hill.
Good morning, sir. What can I get you?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
I would like to have a cream latte and a biscuit.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Yes, I would like a cream latte and a biscuit, please.
Sorry, one more time?
Oh, bother. Never mind. I will have a cream latte. I say, would you mind
They shouldn't
not
be making
doing
the
that
noise while
I'm
some-
trying to order,
He
please?
Sorry,
makes a good
sir.
point here. Shouldn't do it while he's trying to order.
Well, there's so much to choose from, isn't there? Yeah, but no, I'll stick with it.
Yeah, even though
I
there's
would
lots to
like
choose
to
from,
have
he's going to go with his
a
original
cream
choice.
latte and a biscuit. A cream latte and a biscuit, please.
Sir, we'll have no shouting here. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
It's kind of not fair on him, really, because he was only raising his voice proportionate to what he thought the noise would be like when he was ordering. It's a bit. It is a bit, isn't it? Special thanks, Biggin Hill Social Club, the Blacksmiths Arms, Biggin Hill Airport, and Cudham Vice Cricket Club. You're right, Albert. He gets a moment of quiet and he's like, "Ooh, will I change my order?" And you think, buddy, you could be ordering the thing you're already about to try and order. But then he's not to know. It seems like, I don't know if they're intentionally starting up the noise when he tries ordering again. Like, it seems like they don't like him, you know? It is a bit, though. They must have had such a laugh making this, you know? Like, they're not even starting, and it's just too much. No, he doesn't shout at them. We're just saying how unfair it is.
Got arrested.
Because you're worth it. Sorry, mate. I didn't know it was her turn.
She went a bit too fast there.
I would like a cream.
So they did try it at one time. Do you see? You get a glimpse at what they were initially going for before they had to ADR the whole thing and overdub possibly every single sound, and then add background music in. And maybe the background music's supposed to be diegetically in the cafe, but it does seem like it's overdubbed. I don't know if you do, Albert. I don't know if you've really ever been shouted at. Because you act like the most effete little rib tickling is like a pulverizing. Well, here, what he's doing is they really were using the steamer, but he, at these moments, just stops talking, which is a more confusing version of the sketch I wish we got to see.
I would like a cream.
Oh, no wonder they can't hear him. He
Sorry,
stops
I didn't quite
talking.
get that.
I'm sorry. I'd like
Milton Love.
Oh, and then it's Squarespace. Well, that's It's a Bit. I'm a big fan of It's a Bit, so hopefully we get to watch through the whole thing. That's just the first episode. Theme ones aren't that loud. I mean, there's a lot going on, but that's one thing. What's a cream latte? That's not a drink, is it? A cream latte, is it? You also can't really specify a biscuit, can you? If you went to a cafe and say, "Can I have a cream latte and a biscuit?" they'd say, "That drink's not real. And two, what specifically do you want? We're not just going to pick you a biscuit." A latte is with milk. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Well, that's everything I had on the docket. Does anything have anything to say that hasn't already been included? I do have some big plans coming up for the next stream, so do please tune into the next stream because I think that I'm going to have something very, very exciting in there. Also, there's been a lot of talk about whether or not a future stream should be a kindness stream or a punishment stream. And to be honest, hands up, I don't really mind either way. So I'm happy to go with whatever the popular vote is. Would you rather have a kindness stream or would you rather have a punishment stream? Again, I don't really have a horse in the race here. I know people have projected a lot of stuff onto me, but I really do just see myself as an entertainer. I don't really mind what I do as long as it makes people happy. Yeah, kindness, we'll do that. Flip a coin on the day. Yeah, I'll do that, I think. I think I'll flip a coin on the day. Thank you very much, Fluff. We'll leave it down to Kismet itself, I think. When people say don't repeat this, what do you mean? Sorry. Like, a lot of people have been saying things during the stream, like they're acting like what I do is a bit tired or something. Like, I think it's nice to start, have a little chat, do the dulls, play a game, watch something, and then I think that's a very nice variety stream. I think that people get a little bit of everything. This is good. We've got some tickets that's opening up for my show in Sheffield. This is good, you know, because people have been asking about it, so that's quite good. I don't think people are getting bored of the channel. They're tuning in, engagement's high. People are saying Lamau and Ha at Gregor Smith, you know, so people are sort of chuckling. I feel there's a better atmosphere than ever. And do tune into the next stream because I think it'll be very exciting. I've got some very interesting ideas. And I'll see you all around. Thank you very much for watching this. Remember, this stream isn't possible without any of you. I do really value your company and I value you all tuning in.
Phil Connors tipped £10. Kindness.
Thank you, Phil Connors. I will use that to weight the coin in favor of kindness when I give it a flip. Thank you very much. Your tip is very much appreciated. I don't know who Phil Connors is. I'm guessing it's you. One quick game, duel. There's no such thing, I'm afraid. But I'll see you all for the next stream. Like I say, there's some very, very exciting things coming up. If you've enjoyed the last couple of streams, thanks so much. Consider hitting a follow, joining the Discord. I hope to see you all very soon. This has been a pleasure as always. I love streaming and it wouldn't be possible without you, my audience. I know the vibes have been a little bit off tonight, but I hope I can course correct on that next time. I will raid into Nervous. Very, very happy to do so. Love a bit of Shin Megami Tensei. And I will see you all soon. Be well, be kind, be nice. I hope whatever's gotten into you all resolves itself soon. But I will be back. You can't stop me. Thank you and good night. Nicholson and Jack Nicklack. 810-8188-8181-108. 810-8188-8181-108.
Josie Russell tipped £3. DM on the way.
I ran into an old friend last weekend. Haven't seen him in years. This feels like the setup to a joke. But now he's the manager of an Amazon fulfillment center. Oh, it is going to be a joke. He likes to make AI music. Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline. And his wife forced him into an open relationship. I knew it. I knew it. I had faith in the Albrot author. I knew it. I knew there'd be a punchline. So good. I could sense it. I know Albrot's writing style. He's always got a sting in the tail. You don't like my friend Albrot? Can you apologise? He's in the room. There's no point.
And the answer is...
No one can hear me.
Oh, shit. No. Do I have that? Oh. Ah. How do I get this?
I can't respond.
There we go.